I saw my boyfriend Walker holding his guitar and I nearly burst with pride. We'd come so far to get here, especially me. Finally out in the real world again. I felt like my old self again, confident, happy, and free. Walker pointed at me and spoke into the microphone.
They say that when true love comes for you, you won't know what hit you. My girl Lacey came at me like a freight train. Babe, this song is for you.
Every girl in the club turned to me with their eyes popping out of their sockets and their jaws wide open, like they thought I didn't deserve him. I don't care what anybody thinks about Walker and me. Well, that's not exactly true. I did care about what one person thought. Bex, Walker's little sister and my best friend. When Walker and I got together, I was sure I'd added a boyfriend and subtracted a best friend. I should probably start at the beginning, but first, please like and subscribe. It all began on the day we were born. Yep, we. Bex and I were born on the same day in the same hospital. Our parents lived next door to each other and our moms were inseparable. Soon, they were pregnant at the same time. I can't believe we're so close to meeting these little ones. I know, they're gonna be the best of friends. It's as if Bex's mom had a crystal ball because she was spot on. Bex arrived 17 minutes before me, and we've been BFFs since. She's always been kind of motherly to me, and she took her job as the oldest seriously.
We should clean up these toys and get a snack. But I was still playing with that. Did you pack your raincoat? It looks like it's gonna rain.
When I say we did everything together, I do mean everything. We went to dance class together.
Lacey, how are you so flexible? I feel like a statue next to you. Double jointed, I guess.
We were each other's biggest cheerleaders, and we told each other everything too. My parents were fighting again last night. I'm worried they won't make up.
Don't worry, babe. Your dad'll get a new job and that stress will just go away.
But then, one day, when we were 13, life as I knew it changed forever. Bex and I were walking home from school. We were on the crosswalk when suddenly a car came screeching through the red light at high speed. All I remember was the sound of metal and glass and the smell of burnt tires before I was hit with a huge force, and then everything went black. When I woke up, I found myself in the hospital. Oh, honey, thank goodness you're okay. What if something had happened to you? I couldn't do life without you, bestie.
Sweetheart, you just take everything easy now. You need to heal.
And I did heal, kind of. My body was fine, but my brain was broken. For some reason, every time I left my house, I was terrified. When I stepped outside my door, I could hear that car and I could smell the burnt rubber. My world shrank in an instant. The only place I could make it without a panic attack was across the 5 cement pavers that separated Bex's front door from mine. Anything else brought me paralyzing fear, and I even stopped attending school. Bex, can we just stay at my house today? I don't think I can go out. Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just cancel with our friends. Bex, do you want to watch a movie at your house? I thought we might go to the mall. I really don't want to go anywhere. I think that's when Bex started to resent me, which made me feel guilty. I didn't mean to be this way. I didn't want to live the rest of my life inside a house, but everything just felt safer there, at least to me. To Bex, it must have felt like a prison. Ugh, we never do anything anymore. This is boring, Lacey. There's so much out there to see and do. I was ashamed. Why was it so hard for me to just go outside and act like a normal teenager? Bex, you can go to the party if you want. I'm gonna stay here. Are you sure? You could try coming, right? We can leave early. Couldn't you just try today for me? Who knows? It might not be as bad as you're imagining it. A party sounded about as much fun as scrubbing tiles with a toothbrush, but I decided to make an effort for Bex. I was sweating bullets, and my heart was pounding by the time we made it to the party. My friends from school seemed happy to see me though, and I started to relax just a bit. I sat down in a corner, not ready to join the dancing crowd yet. Maybe Bex was right. This wasn't so bad. But just then, a waiter carrying a tray of drinks suddenly tripped, and everything went crashing to the floor. The sound of the smashing glass sent me into a panic. I dove under the table and buried my head in my arms, crying hysterically. Everything went completely silent, and Bex tried her best to make me come out, but I couldn't move an inch. Eventually, she had to call my parents to come and take me. Lacey, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I've been trying to tell you. I can't go out, and now things are even worse. Everyone probably thought I acted like a freak. I'm not trying to hold you back, Bex. You want to go to parties? You can go without me. I won't mind. Okay then, maybe I will. A few nights later, I went over to Bex's house, but I found her brother Walker instead. He smiled, and I was distracted by the dimples on his cheeks.
Hey Lace, Bex isn't here.
Whoa, when did Walker get so hot? He was usually always in the garage practicing with his band. He had amazing major glow up. Right, I forgot she might be out.
Is something the matter? You look a little glum.
I'm just bored, I guess.
Yeah, me too. Come on in.
That's how it all began. That night, Walker and I talked. I told him I was scared I'd be hit by a car again. I said that I'd felt trapped in my own mind. I told him I felt guilty keeping Bex from living her life and about what happened at the party.
Don't be so hard on yourself. What happened to you was a huge trauma. Healing takes time. As for Bex, don't worry about her. She's your friend. She'll always be there for you.
Hearing Walker say that felt good. You're right, Walker. I just can't help it. Sometimes I feel like a freak from another planet. I'm sure everyone at school now thinks I'm a total weirdo. That was when Walker picked up his guitar and started strumming it.
Why does it matter what anyone thinks of you? It should only matter what you think of yourself. But for the record, I happen to think you're pretty great.
My heart skipped a beat when he said that, and for the first time in a long time, I felt like I had someone to talk to, someone who cared about me, someone who saw me. The next time Bex came to see me, I tried to bring up Walker. I saw your brother playing his guitar on the porch the other day. He's gotten really good. Also, really cute. Yeah, he's good, but my parents think it's a waste of time and he should focus more on his studies. Wait a minute, you think he's cute? Just an observation. He didn't look too bad from my window. You know he's off limits, right? Because the last time he dated a friend of mine and broke up with her, she shut me out completely. I never want him going near any of my friends again. I know all that, Bex. Don't worry. But soon, I was waiting for Bex to leave her house so I could go and spend time with Walker. Part of me felt like I was betraying her, but I was hooked on a feeling. The feeling I had every time I looked into Walker's eyes. It didn't take long for Walker to get hooked too.
All these years, and I didn't realize what a cool person you were. Bex kept you all to herself.
Walker and I started spending more and more time together. He told me he wanted to be a famous singer, but he didn't feel like anyone in his family supported his dreams. I did though. No one gets to tell you how big to dream, Walker. You can do anything you set your mind to.
I know my sister might kill me for saying this, but I feel like you understand me. I feel connected to you somehow.
He leaned in, and in one moment, his lips were on mine. All the tension I'd been feeling exploded, and I almost saw stars. My knees felt wobbly and my head spun.
Whoa, you're perfect.
But I could only think about one thing. Bex was gonna kill us. Walker, we can't do this. Bex is my best friend.
So what? Don't give up on something that could be really good between us. Don't you feel it?
His hand brushed my cheek, and soon I was lost in his eyes again, leaning in for another kiss when, what's going on here? I pulled away from Walker like he was fire, and I'd just been burned. Bex, I can explain. Explain what? Your spit-swapping fest with my brother? I told you I would never be okay with this. Oh no? It looks like I was just betrayed by the two of you. I don't want to look at either of you again. Bex pushed her way past us, and I swear I felt my heart break. I stared at Walker, but with my chest so tight, I couldn't find any words, so I ran. I ran home to the safety of my bedroom, and that's where I stayed. For days, weeks, I missed Bex terribly, and even though I didn't want to admit it, I missed Walker too.
Honey, this isn't healthy for you. You need to leave the house.
I don't want to leave the house. I want to stay in bed and let my blankets swallow me whole.
No, go outside in the yard and get some fresh air. That's not a request. It's an order.
Her tone told me she wasn't messing around, so I headed to the yard with my phone, a blanket, and a grudge. That's when I spotted Bex dressed in workout gear and running shoes, her attention focused on her phone. She stepped out onto the crosswalk, and that's when I heard the car. Then I saw it. Bex, look out! Huh? The idea of me getting hit by a car paralyzed me with fear, but the idea of Bex getting hit by a car was unthinkable. I tackled Bex to the ground so fast that we both just stared at each other, shocked and breathless. Lacey, you saved me. Of course I did. I can't do life without you, bestie. You're my best friend too. I didn't mean to kiss Walker, Bex. He just made me feel less alone. Bex looked ashamed. Walker told me everything. He said you inspired him and supported his music. He said you were like a song to him. And I'm sorry. I haven't been a good friend. I should have wanted you to be happy. I do want you to be happy. Walker raced out of the house and came running to us.
Stop fighting. You're friends.
We're not fighting. We're making up. If being with each other makes you happy, I want you to be happy. Both of you.
Bex, does that mean...
It means that Lacey can be your song again. With that, Bex left us standing there. Walker,
Be my girlfriend. No more secrets. No more hiding.
Yes. 100% yes.
You helped me believe in myself.
You did the same thing for me, Walker. I feel stronger now, like I can do anything.
Anything?
Anything. Walker stepped forward, taking my hands in his.
Would you come to my first real gig? It's tomorrow, but only if you're ready.
I hadn't left my house to go anywhere but school for such a long time, but when I saw the hope in Walker's eyes and the support I would give him by going, I felt I could do it. I think I'm ready, Walker. Walker wrapped his arms around me, pulling me closer close for a kiss. Bex squealed and gave me a big hug. This is it, babe. My brother is living his dream.